Welcome to Alpacademics. Today I'm going to be explaining a few quick and easy ways to check facts. The more you use the internet, the more you're going to notice there's a lot of articles that seem like they're trying really hard to get your attention, and some that may not have the full truth within them. Learning to figure out the truth behind all of these is going to be super important the older you get. A fact is something that is known or proved to be true according to the dictionary. There are a few easy steps for fact checking, and Barbara Gray sums it up pretty perfectly. First, be skeptical. Make sure you double check your source before you decide to share it. She calls this corroborating evidence. Second, create your own habit of fact-checking. Even if you think a source is reliable, it doesn't hurt to make absolutely sure. The purpose of misinformation is to enhance our own biases and to divide us. Third, there are a lot of things to ask yourself. Is the website reliable? Double check to make sure you're not on a website like The Onion or Clickhole, which specializes in satire. Satire is when a source is purposefully misleading and is meant to be taken as a joke. Next, ask yourself whether your source or your author is reliable. This gentleman did a review on a laptop, and when you look at his recent articles, he doesn't do very many tech reviews. This means his perspective on his laptop might be very limited, although he did have a lot to say about the laptop's performance itself, saying that while he was on bed rest for surgery, it was a lifesaver when it came to his work and gaming. This would be a good opportunity to double check other reviews to get a varied perspective on this product. When it comes to biases, familiarize yourself with websites that have very strong leanings or that are known through databases as fake news. Be skeptical at all times with sources like these and triple check your resources when possible. In this instance, I looked at a more infamous site known for its misleading articles and bias. This article talks about how consumption of processed foods leads to early death. It links back to the study itself and The Guardian, which is a trusted news source in the United Kingdom. When you click the study and read through the conclusion, you can see that the study specifically says that processed foods have a higher risk of serious health issues and states that more research needs to be done before they can determine causality. Both the misleading website and The Guardian are turning the findings of the study into something called clickbait. Clickbait is a lot easier to avoid. Clickbait is something that purposefully trying to attract as much attention as possible and encourage visitors to click a link. The easiest way to avoid it is to just Google the story again and look at the short summaries under the links. In this case, the woman just makes a vortex of the plate that causes a cool shadow, apparently. There's also an excellent resource called #StopClickbait dedicated to fleshing out these articles by exposing their surprises. Going back to Gray's list, our fourth step is kind of like a common sense test. If it seems a little too strange, too good to be true, or just doesn't seem right, check it out. Fifth is citing sources. Just like when you have to write a paper, a website should always cite its resources. Noticing that a website doesn't link to verify a claim, no matter how big or small, is an easy way to figure out whether a website is telling the truth. Sixth is checking your own biases. It's easy to let yourself be swayed by only sources that support your own biases. But you should always do as much research as you can. It's okay to be incorrect about something, and there's nothing wrong with admitting it. Some people are so afraid of being wrong, they refuse to acknowledge it and just dig themselves into a deeper hole of lies. Finally, there's sources that make you angry. If you feel like you're getting irrationally upset at what a website has to say, consider that the author is doing this on purpose. Anger can be a great tool when manipulated. There's a great resource called factcheck.org that makes it their goal to be a non-profit and non-partisan source of corrections. Non-partisan means that something is non-biased and has no political party affiliation. Snopes is another good resource, and it's very well known, especially for tackling weird science articles that seem too good or too bizarre to be true. Many people have doubts about Snopes' accuracy, but you should always double check to re-verify sources just to be safe, no matter what. Stay skeptical, students, and good luck!